Hey friends, welcome to yet another exciting series of learning Linux commands. So today I will cover a very basic command, that is your ls, change directory and present working directory. These are generally called navigation commands. Okay, so let's go forward. Okay, so from navigation section we have ls listing commands, change directory and present working directory. So we'll go into details. So what is ls? Ls is listing, right? So when you say ls in the Linux command, it will list all the folders, files present in that directory. And suppose if you only want to list directories, then what should you do? You should write ls-d space star forward slash. So it will list only directories. Similarly, if you want long listing, because the simple output of ls is generally a little cluttered, so if you do -l, it will do clear long listing. We'll see the example as well. Okay, so when you do long listing, a file comes with very much information, a lot of information, so we'll also understand each and every information and what it actually means. Okay, so let's go to our popular training exercise. So the first thing is ls. If I do ls, it lists all the files and folders, right? It's not very clear, so I can do ls-l and it does a long listing, so it's very clear from here, right? And suppose if I only want to list directories, what would I do? ls-d, I will give a space, say star and a forward slash. What it does, it gives me listing of directories, right? Directories only. You see there is no binary, no files, nothing. Okay, so simple. Now let us understand what uh, ls command displays in long listing. Okay, so these are the information that every file and folders comes with. Let's try to understand it. Okay, okay, the first character of any file or folder information stands for what actually it is. So if it is d, it means it is a directory. If it is hyphen, normal hyphen, it means it's a normal file. If it is L, it means it is some kind of symbolic link. Okay, similarly, if it is C, for example, ls hyphen L, let's go to dev tty, right? Now let's see. If it is C, it means it is character device, right? Similarly, if it is uh, if it is B, right? If it is B, it's block device. Similarly, if it is P, then it is named pipe. If it is S, then it's a socket file. Okay, so I mean these are just basic information that you get from ls. When you say ls long listing, you get this information, and from this here you can make out what actually the thing is. Okay, so let's move forward. Now the next 9 characters generally signifies the permissions. Okay, the first 3 is for owner, then next 3 is for group, and last 3 is for others, everybody. Okay, so here owner has all the permissions: read, write and execute. Group has only read permission and execute permission, it does not have the write permission. Similarly, others, everybody else in the for the system has read and execute rights, no writing rights. Okay, similarly, this will indicate the number of links that particular file or folder has. Okay, this is the owner. So for this file, this folder, root is the owner. Similarly, this is the group, so the group is also the root. Okay, and this is the size of the folder. Okay, So this actually shows this is incorrect size. If you actually want to see a correct size of the file folder, then you need to execute some other command that I will explain later. Okay, but it gives a right size of the file, but generally it is not in human readable format. So for human readable format you say H. Now you say it is 4K, it is 54, or it is 194, right? So it becomes in readable format. So human readable format you say H. Okay, and this is the last modified date and time for that file. So this file was last modified in May 25 at this point of time, and this is the file name of the file or folder or symbolic link or whatever it is. Okay, so let's move forward and let's learn more commands. So now suppose if I want to see the information of the current directory which I am executing, how should I go about it? I say ls hyphen ld. So it is giving the information of the current directory and all its permission and all the information that we have just discussed. Okay, similarly suppose I made some changes in the file and I want to see that which is the most recently modified file is. So I say ls hyphen ltrh. Okay, so let's understand this command. It's listing, and I say long listing, then I say based on the modified time in reverse order, and the size should be in human readable format. Okay, let's see. So this is the latest modified file. You can check with the modified time. Okay, so it lists the modified time in reverse order. So the file coming in the last, or whatever information you have in the last, is the most recently modified. So actually it when you say T, it displays command in the top to bottom fashion, but generally if listing is long, then your top generally goes out of screen. So it's you when you do reverse, you will always have the latest modified file at the bottom. Okay, okay, suppose if I want to see the biggest file on the top, how should I do about it? I will say capital S, I will say L, and you see the largest file is at the top. Okay, and if I want to reverse it, I will say R, and it reverses it, it's at the bottom. It's always better to have it on bottom because this may just go off the screen. So and suppose if I want to see hidden files, and I say ls hyphen l a. So you see, now you can see lots of hidden files. You know, in Linux and Unix, hidden file has dot in front of it. Okay, so normally they are not visible, but if you do ls-la, it is visible. So now you see that a swap exists for this file, so you can easily remove it, right? Okay, now suppose if I want to see the GID and SID of a file, so how would I do it? I will say ls-n, and now you can see the UID SID and the GIDs, right? I have given a very detailed explanation of what GID and UID and how to set and everything in my Linux tutorial for beginner series. Please watch it and like it too. Okay, and now suppose I just want to differentiate while listing into directories category, into file category, or symbolic links or binaries. How would I go about it? It's very simple. Say I say ls, I say hyphen, I say f c, and I say long listing, and I do enter. You see, it clearly shows it's a directory with backslash. The normals are file, and you see the make file is a binary, so it is marked with a star, right? So directories are always marked with a forward slash. If it has nothing, it's a normal file. If it has a at the rate sign, then it's a link, right, which I don't have in my current directory, right? And if it has a asterisk mark, it's a binary. It's an executable file, to be honest. Okay, so this is what I, and ls, let's go back to our presentation, and let's do a little study whatever we did. Okay, we completed this. We read ls hyphen ld ltrh as we all completed all this, right? So then we will see cd command, change directory command, which we use a lot in Windows, and then we'll see the present working directory information. Okay. Okay, so let's go to, so cd, if I do cd backslash, if I do cd only, I go into the base directory of current login. Okay, it's a chain directory command. If I do cd slash, I just go back where I was, right? So I can do cd, and I can just change my directory to a new directory. Okay, so whenever you change directory, you can change directory using two ways. Either you can give an absolute path, or you can give a relative path. What is an absolute path? Okay, so I will do pwd, it gives me a present working directory information. Now when a path start from your base login, right? So right from the base to where you are, that is the absolute path. Okay, and relative path is you say cd, and then you say dot dot, and then you just can get inside any folder here, whichever you want, right? Say I say get, I want to get in this specific project, I got into it. So you see, that is relative path. Okay, so you are changing your directory in relation with the current directory. So for that you do dot dot, and then you go one back, and then you can go into this project, and then you can again go one back, or you can again see other folders, and you can change it accordingly. Okay, so pw gives you a present working directory. So that was all for the basic Linux navigation command. So I'm signing off. Bye.